Believer or not, don't get discouraged when you start this journey. Sometimes you will fall short. You will mess up. You will miss a line. Even Peter lost his temper in front of Hamashiach. So let's take it back to two of the most important figures in the scriptures, Avram and Moshe. Ask yourself, why them? Why did the Creator choose these men to carry such a massive calling? It wasn't because of religion. It wasn't because of status. It wasn't because of flawless obedience. It was alignment, frequency, vibration. Before the calling ever came, they were already tuned in, not to a doctrine, not to a tradition, but to a higher emotional state, a resonance that matched the frequency of the Most High. Let's start with Abraham. He wasn't a priest or prophet. He lived in a culture soaked in idolatry, where most had forgotten the source. But something in his heart was different. And when he heard the voice of the Creator, he didn't run. He responded. He leaned in. Genesis 15:6 says, "And he believed the Most High, and it was counted to him as righteousness." Not because he had the answers, but because he recognized the frequency of the one who called. How do we know Abraham had a good heart? In Genesis 18:23-33, he pleads with the Almighty to spare Sodom even if a few righteous people are found. He asked, "Will you really sweep away the righteous with the wicked?" That's compassion. That's alignment. James 2:23 says, Abraham was called a friend of the Most High. And the last time I checked, it's hard to be friends with someone you don't vibe with. There has to be something in common. Then there's Moshe. He wasn't born into spiritual leadership. He wasn't perfect. He was in exile, on the run, tending sheep in the wilderness. Yet the Creator chose him to liberate a nation. Why? Numbers 12:7 says, "My servant Moshe is faithful in all my house." He was faithful because he was aware, because he listened, because something in him recognized the vibration. Numbers 12:3 says, "He was more humble than anyone else on earth." And in Exodus 33:11 it says, "The Creator would speak to Moshe face to face, like a man speaks with his friend."